In West Africa, Ebola is becoming a serious problem, quote, out of control, according to some experts working in the area. 60 outbreak hotspots, according to Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders said in a statement, the scale of the current Ebola epidemic is unprecedented in terms of geographical distribution, people infected, and deaths. The disease spreads rapidly. It's deadly in up to 90% of cases, and it has completely overwhelmed health workers, and it is terrifying local communities in West Africa. The appearance of new sites is happening in Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, seriously poor parts of the world. And after the reported cases started in Guinea, 337 people have died from Ebola in 2014 so far. And it might not sound like a huge number, but you have to understand Ebola at its root to understand why this is so significant. We have a 21-day incubation period with Ebola, which means that it is possible that from infection until symptoms show, you could have up to 3 weeks. And as you know, Lewis, when you have even a 1-week incubation period, the spread can be incredible because people don't know they're infected. With a 3-week incubation period, this is just an absolute recipe for disaster.
It is, and this isn't the first time this has happened with Ebola.
Right.
I assume it will be contained, but it's scary to think about. I mean, in theory, it could be over here as well.
We have the resources to contain this. Do not be confused at all, ladies and gentlemen. This is much like with world hunger. We have more than enough food to make sure no one on this planet goes hungry. We have a combination of a resource allocation issue combined with lack of the will to actually solve this thing. And similarly, with Ebola, we have the resources to contain this. It seems, as usual, that we have a combination of lack of properly allocated resources and a lack of political will. And it's often just, it's difficult sometimes to get people to care about Africa. And I don't believe it to be a racist thing at all. Of course, we can find isolated instances of racism in this, but I just think very often when you hear thousands of children die of hunger in a day, it's too overwhelming. How does the average person feel like they can do anything about that? It's better many people feel it's better to focus on what I can even firmly grasp. I can't even understand mentally what it means that every day thousands of kids in Africa die from not having enough food. And I think that's a huge issue when it comes to real effective aid in Africa.
It's mind-blowing. And, I don't think it's that people don't care about Africa.
No.
I think it's just that people don't care about other countries. Africa just happens to be one of the places with all of these countries that are in really rough shape. So,
oh, that's interesting.
I think if it were Australia, I think it would be the same situation. I think it's just not caring about other people in other parts of the world.
That's an interesting point, and it's just most visible when it happens to be parts of the world that really need more help than certain others do. Interesting point. Let's take a break. DavidPakman.com/Reddit. That's REDDIT. Any of the topics we talk about on this program, you can discuss with us and with other David Pakman Show viewers by going to davidpakman.com/Reddit, REDDIT.